Hey guys, happy Monday. Going into another week, coming into another month, and starting to hopefully feel like we're getting into routine. We're getting a little hopeful that if we push through another month, that things will be somewhat normal again. Really just trying to push off all those negative thoughts that probably spiked up a little bit over the last week. I know for myself that happened a little bit as well. One of the members put it as the 26th is like a goal date. It's a good thing. It's something to look forward to. So hopefully you guys are feeling that way as well. We've got 1 month to really dedicate and see what happens. So always reach out to us. We know that those negative emotions are popping up here and there. And probably more often it's after a few days of really good that you get hit and blindsided with some negative feelings. So reach out to us and talk with us. We have those coffee with coach check-ins. It's a great opportunity to just chat about your struggles, also what's going really well, lots of different things. And the coach is going to help you talk through some goals if you want to approach something right now. We'll help you in whatever way. Additionally, we want to make sure that you guys are checking those weekly interactive calendars because we're trying to include a few other things that maybe are questions we've heard and information you guys have asked for. So we're including kids classes. Those are on Tuesday this week, and then starting in May, they'll be Tuesdays and Thursday. So look forward to that on Tuesday. And then there's going to be Friday, always a theme, just to keep it fun and entertaining. We'll be throwing in some active recovery things, nutrition talks, cooking, all the different things, especially as the month goes on. And then blog-wise, you'll have new content coming out. 1 year comes up for me. 1 year of ownership is coming up. So that's something you guys can join in on Saturday, PreWOD, and celebrate with us. My 1 year of ownership. I'm going to have a nice blog to go out to you guys for that. But thank you for being with us as we approach our 1 year. So talking about today, if you're taking classes at 5 a.m., noon, or 5 p.m., don't worry about watching the rest of this video. But if you're not, then you'll want to play along. You can check out all of the details in the comments, in the details section. You can check out all the pieces of the workout. Our question of the day today is, what is the most useless talent you have? I honestly have no talents, I feel like. So I'm gonna have to think about that one. You'll have to come to class if you want to figure out what my useless talent is, but comment in the comments below if you have a useless talent. If you can show us your useless talent, that'd be cool. Then for today, we've got our warm-up. So I'll get us through a good warm-up. We're gonna get through a PreWOD to really continue strengthening that lower half. We're trying to keep as much muscle memory as we can and actually increase the pathways to increase our strength overall. So some tempo work there, as well as some new movements. And then we're hitting a HeroWOD today. We're gonna hit the workout Brodie, which is a British HeroWOD, 20-minute AMRAP. We'll have 11 pistols, 11 Renegade Rows, 3 burpees, and 20 sit-ups for 20 minutes as an AMRAP. 11, 11, 3, 20. So you can read a little bit on what that HeroWOD is. That's in the details as well. Getting warmed up, we're just going to do 20 seconds of work for 9 total minutes, so alternating between different movements. We've got our jumping jacks to start. Go. 20 seconds, just getting that heart rate up a little bit here. 20-second jumping jacks. After those, we'll go into 20 seconds bottom of your squat, twisting up to the ceiling. Got those warrior squats here. Then we're going to go into our plank position and hit those wide mountain climbers. They're kind of like jumping Spider-Mans. Then we're going to go into a hold in the bottom of our squat, getting those hips loosened up for our PreWOD today. Then we're going to come down into a table position, engaging both those hips, squeezing the butt. You're going to make a 90-degree angle, flex that heel, and drive it to the ceiling for 20. a little Jane Fonda action here. Getting those hamstrings warmed up for that pre-WOD as well. And for those pistols today. After that, we're gonna stay in our table position. We're gonna do Bulldogs. We're gonna lift up, kick back, scoop around. 20 seconds there. Switching sides, 20 seconds on the other side. Going up, out and around. Trying to keep those hips and shoulders squared up. So notice I'm not like lifting and like twisting my hips up to make it easier. Just going to where your body allows, where you're squaring up with the ground. Kicking back, going around. Then we'll go into push up, pressing into down dog for 20 seconds. Getting after each of those movements 3 times through. Following that, we've got our pre-WOD today. So just to get us ready for our pre-WOD, we can get through some air squats. Make sure we're focusing on proper body mechanics here. So just warming yourself up, get through a set of 10 air squats. Those feet just outside of those shoulders, or about shoulder distance apart, I should say. Slightly turned out, sending those hips back like you're sitting into a chair. Knees tracking with your toes. After 10 of those, we'll go 10 forward lunges, alternating legs. And then you go into 10 reverse lunges, alternating legs. After you get through that, we're going to talk about the work or the movements themselves. So with weight will be the goal, but I want you guys to definitely make sure that it makes sense for you to add weight first. So if you're able to get through this nice 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, 4, 1,000 down, 1/4 lift up, squat down and stand. If you can get through 10 of those without weight, then you're okay to add weight. We're going to do about 3 to 5 rounds today, time dependent. So what that looks like, here you go, 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, 4, 1,000. Lift, squat back down and up. One thing we want to make sure we do here is in that lift, we're activating those glutes right under here. We're activating those glutes and hamstrings, and I'm coming back down, still active, and then standing. So we're not just bouncing out of the bottom. We want a nice and controlled engagement happening here. Gonna go through 10 of those with that 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, 4, 1,000, squeeze, drop, squeeze. And again, that drop is still a controlled pulling of your body down. You're gonna go through 10 of those as that 1, 1/4 squat. Then you're gonna go 5 forward, backward on the right, 5 forward, backward on the left, lunges. So it's gonna look like this. Front lunge, step together, reverse lunge, step together, front lunge, together, reverse lunge, together. You're gonna do all 5 on the right side, and then you get after 5 on that left side. Nice and controlled here, always stopping in the middle on those. Then we have a new movement called the hamstring walk. This is optional to add weight at, if possible. I'm going to show it without weight because I know that the weight that I have will be way too challenging. So first thing you want to do is do this without any weight. See what it feels like. You're going to get into a glute bridge raise, getting those hips nice and high, making sure we're coming through here. And then you're going to heel walk yourself out, maintaining those hips up to about here. You're going to feel it in your hamstrings right away. The whole time, notice my hips are staying up, right? I'm not going out and dropping them down to make it easier, although I promise you'll still feel this in your hamstrings. You want to make sure those hips stay nice and high. So if adding weight means that you're not able to keep those hips up, don't worry about adding weight. But if you were to add some weight, you'd hold like a dumbbell here while you wiggle yourself out and then wheel yourself back in. 10 of those. Whew. Then you definitely want to take a minute to rest before you get back into that next round. 15 minutes total, so just somewhere around 3 to 5 rounds if you can. Don't spend too much time taxing those legs. You want to really focused on quality. Add weight if you can. For that WOD today, we're going to talk about Brodie. Getting warmed up. Main thing we have to get ready for are pistols. And we have options for 2 other things instead of that today. So if you don't have pistols yet, not a problem. We can do narrow squats, or we can scale to jumping air squats. So working on this together, first thing we'll do is just get in 10 jumping air squats, getting those legs ready. Remember what that feels like. Once we get through 10 of those, I want you guys to just squat, move your feet together, squat, move your feet together, squat, getting them as close as we can. In that narrow squat, you may need to send your chest forward a little bit more to get those hips down, but ideally you're able to squat, give those knees. Might have to push out a little bit in order to get my hips down all the way. So that's an option. You can do 11 of those, or you can do 11 jumping squats, and then if you have the pistol, we'll do the pistol today. We've broken this down before in class. There are some more progressions, but I want you guys to just stick with what you can hit full depth on, because it's really pointless to do pistols like this, or narrow squats like that. If you want to, you can, you know, like sit to something, with one leg up, you can sit to something and stand and drive through. If that's what you want to work on, is that single leg work. But if we're trying to get that full depth, that's going to be the main thing that we need to work on, is that narrow squat, getting that full depth there. So those are your options for your pistol today. Renegade rows, depending on what you have for weight, you may not be using any weight. You can do push-ups. So the scale option with no weight would just be our regular push-up. We want to be in a nice, beautiful plank position for this. Lower that chest down, push the floor away. We can choose to do that with our knees down and push the floor away there. The next option would be with that weight. Our Renegade row is going to look a lot like this. So I'm going to show it without weight. You're just going to lift your elbow going straight back. It's almost the same position as a push-up, only you're pulling to that position while in your plank. So I'd be okay with you doing 11 of those pulls with really aggressive engagement of the back. You can also have very light dumbbells and choose to do this with light dumbbells on each side. Knowing that most of us have one piece of equipment that we borrowed, there are 2 options you can do here depending on if it's kettlebell or dumbbell. If you have a dumbbell that makes sense for you to attempt this row with, so what that means is it's a realistic weight for you to pull without having to twist your hips and twist your whole body into it. So all I have to demo with is a 35. You'll see that it's probably not the weight I should use, and I'm gonna be somebody that's gonna do the other option, those bent over rows. But you'd be in your plank position and you would pull that dumbbell up, and then you'd roll it over to your other side. That's 1 rep. This would be 2. If you notice, I'm having to compensate a little bit too much with the hips, so a lighter weight would be ideal. Something like 20 pounds for the ladies, 30 pounds for the guys would be great. If you have too heavy of a weight, then your option is to not have to be in that plank position, but to rather be in our bent over row position. So you're gonna still maintain that nice body position of shoulders and hips in line, natural curve in the back, braced core, and then you're gonna maintain that and row just the same way. You can go ahead and do 5 on the right, 6 on the left, or alternate however you want. You want a good solid stance here, and make sure that once you're here, you maintain that same position just like you would in a push-up. That core is staying nice and active. So that's an option if you have a very heavy weight, is that you would do the, I should say very heavy, but if your weight's too heavy for you to be in a plank position and row, then do bent over rows instead. If you have a dumbbell that's just 1 dumbbell that's right and the good weight for you, you're gonna row, roll it over, row, roll it over. You're gonna do that for 11 total reps. And then again, if you have 2 dumbbells, you can just 1, 2, 3, get after it that way. Scaled options with absolutely no weight. Again, we can either do push-ups or we can do pull without weights. I mentioned if you don't have a dumbbell, then you can still do that Renegade row sorry, the bent over row. So this one with a kettlebell. Pull that chest back, row that kettlebell up. So those are all the options depending on what equipment you have or no equipment. Then we have 3 burpees. We all know what our burpee looks like. Nice and easy, laying down, popping up. Or we can step back, lay down, step up, or anywhere in between. So flop down, step up, or step down, pop up, all the different options for those 3 burpees. And then we have 20 sit-ups. So for those sit-ups, you may have an ab mat. That would be the RX version, getting that little extra extension. If you don't have an ab mat, not a problem. We're just not gonna get that full extension. We're still gonna use those arms. You can butterfly the legs if you want. Throw those arms up overhead. Or you can go straight legs if you want. Throw those arms up overhead. Or knees bent, lay back, snap and shoot. Ideally, we're not using something to hold our feet down because we want to start engaging that hip flexor and teaching our lower abs how to do the work as well. Whereas that weight kind of makes it a little easier for us to engage just the upper abs and pull ourselves forward. So if possible, don't put your feet under something, but if you absolutely need to, do so. I prefer to see though that you use the momentum from your legs. So lay back, kick your legs up if you can. All right, let us know what questions you have about your workout. Get after Brodie, have some fun. Reach out to us.